Hey, Mr. Understand Me, man. Back at you with the Organic Guidance, OG Cafe podcast on deck 2023, man. Hey, I'm here with the one and only, man. The major general and it's part of this South Central lifestyle, man. And first of all, foremost, I would like to just say, man, welcome home, man. And second of all, man, Brains, tell them your name, man, and where you from, man, and go from there, man. Just tell them what your name and where you from.
Man, my name is No Brian, also Brandon. You know, I'm from 99th Street, born and raised. It's like, that's about it, man. That's where I'm from, man.
Yeah, hey, so, you know, we here to interview you on the topic of, you know, being gone for over 26 years, man. And being gone for over 26 years, man, and then coming home, man. What have changed from having a beeper to seeing people on FaceTime?
Shit, man, everything, man. To say it was a culture shock is an understatement. You know, to go from getting a page 911, having to risk your life to get on the phone booth, you know, to make a call, to now you hit a button, you know what I'm saying? You can talk to anybody in the world face to face.
Man.
You know, I like it, but I hate it because it's taking the bonding and the closeness out of shit.
Man, bondness and closeness, man. Speaking on bondness and closeness, when you was gone all that time, man, how was the bond between your family and friends?
You know, it tested it. You know, it gave me a chance to see the real from the fake. Because everybody can holler I love you in times of peace. You know, but in times of chaos, stress, and struggle, that's when it's shown. You know, I had homies that I felt that was gonna be, you know, to the casket, and it was just to the cuffs.
Ooh.
You know, as soon as the cuffs said click, they said bye.
Ooh, wait.
You know, then I have some that's been there throughout the whole thing, right? And I appreciate them. You know, they helped me get through it. Even with family, you know. Prison and the lifestyle I chose that came with prison is hard on family too. Because some family said bye at the click of the cuff, you know?
Yeah. And it be like that, man. So basically, man, you saying, man, you know, this an old saying, man, what they say. The streets ain't for everybody. That's why they made sidewalks.
Man, and I'm going to tell a motherfucker in a minute, stay your ass on the porch. You know, don't even play on the sidewalk. It's too close to the street, man. It's not for everybody. It's going to test you. It's going to have you disappointed. It's going to have you hurt. It's going to have you mad. It's going to give you 2 smiles, but 1,000,000 tears.
So how do you feel about, you know, going to trial and getting found guilty and doing 26 years, man? How did you feel like when they sentenced you? What was the sentencing like when you first got sentenced?
Well, that day, you know, I'll never forget it. The day before, I told my mother, don't come to court. Because I had it in my mind that we just finna get it over with, you know? And so the day they sentenced me, it was like everything worked as a trigger. Like, the bailiff kept messing with me, pull your pants up, do this, do that. So when it was all said and done, you know, as the judge went to give me all that time, you know, I jumped up and went for the bailiff's gun, you know? And a fight ensued, you know? I'm still here, so you can say I didn't win, but actually now looking back on it, I didn't lose because I was willing to get it all over with. You know, one, to be honest and true, I was scared of what it was gonna look like when I run out of hope. You know, people don't think about that. When you run out of hope, what is it gonna look like? How am I gonna handle it? Right? Hope is a good thing, and it's the worst torture known to man, for it prolongs our suffering. So it was like, I was scared to learn, like, man, who am I going to be when I run out of hope? What am I going to do? So it's like, man, let me just get it over with, because when I jumped off the porch into the streets, I had already accepted death.
So you basically saying, man, and I tell people in my book, and I tell people a lot in life, man, sometimes when you take a loss, you can lose your mind. You know what I'm saying, me? And when you took that loss and you know you was getting sentenced, and going after the bailiff gun and reacting that way, did you just want to just call it quits because you didn't see no future in the vision of coming home?
Yeah, I mean, home wasn't a reality no more. Home was prison. You know, I was convinced that because they originally sentenced me to 155 years to double life.
Woo!
You know, and it was an over sentence, you know, but it was like, that was my reality. It's like, man, I can't do 155 years, you know, so I'm going to do life real fast, you know, and it was, let's just bang and get it over with, you know. Before I wither away, you know, I'd rather just get it over with. But I didn't have the weakness or the strength to take my own life. So I try to force someone else to do it.
Yeah, because, you know, God will say, man, look, and this comes down with the faith of having, you'll have your faith in the Lord is that, man, God always say, man, if I woke you up the next day, that means you can handle all what I gave you. That means all problems, all situations. We may not think of it that way at that time, because sometimes we have to be reminded that God ain't gonna give you nothing you can't handle. And just because you lost a battle doesn't mean you lose the war. So I tell people all the time, hey man, just focus, have faith, push forward in anything you go through. And so like I say right now, man, anything you go through, man. So when you're after being sentenced, man, and taking that chain to the penitentiary, what was going through your mind about how you was gonna live and do this penitentiary thing, just period, just because I know it was going through my mind, like, man, goddamn, I got go run to the homies, do my time, cook some spreads, make some pruno, because that's the normal thing, man.
Well, see, I didn't even get that far. My mind told me, you know what, I can't take my own life. So what I'm finna do, I'm finna hit the yard. I'm gonna just bang and get it over with till I'm gonna run into somebody with a knife game better than mine, or a CO in the gun tower with a good shot. So I involved myself in everything. Like, I hit the yard with 68 points. Woo! Within 15 months, I had damn near 300 points. In and out from the shoe back on the yard, because it didn't stop. If I get into it on the yard, when we get to the hole, it's going up again. I'm raising my hand, so it's like, and it wasn't because I was just down or because I was crazy. It's because I was stupid and scared. Like, man, I need to get this shit over with, because, not to get off topic, I told myself, I said, man, 5 years. If I ain't back in court or free within 5 years, my plan was, I'm gonna tie 2 knives to my hand, catch the warden and the captain working across the yard. I'm gonna make them get it over with if somebody don't do it before then, doing all these activities. Because my favorite expression was, man, I'm not Geronimo Pratt. And I tip off this number. I told people, I'm not Geronimo Pratt. I don't have 26 years to get these folks to try to come home. So God put it before me, because when it was all said and done, my favorite expression became the number. 26 years later, they overturned my case and let me go.
Ooh. So just saying, within them 26 years, man, what's the worstest thing you saw being in prison? That really touched you and said, man, I don't want to go back. Not that you were scared, but it's just some things that be like, man, I don't want to go back. Could be just talking to the wrong nigga, because
it's 3 incidents, right? And I'm gonna give them to you. The first one, I had a cellie, my boy Chewy from Grape. He finally came home, but we were cellies, and he was writing his mother, 2-3 letters a week, and she would always respond immediately. She never responded. Like, for like 3 months, he like, man, I ain't heard from my mama. Finally, like 7-8 months later, one of his family had the heart to come tell him, like, man, she passed away. So it's like, that fucked me up and touched me, like this man didn't even know his mama was dead.
And he writing.
And he studied writing, right? And his family didn't have the courage or the true love and compassion to tell him. That affected me. The second one was sitting in Tehachapi State Prison, 4A. I just came out the shoe of Tehachapi, 4A, left 8, left, right, lower. People that's been there know what that means. But we were in the chow hall, and it's this dude, he was showing everybody, he had been down like 20 years, falsely accused. He was showing everybody the letter like, man, my case just got overturned. I'm finna go home. I'm just waiting on the paperwork. We went in the chow that night, and the Southerners and Bulldogs got into it in the chow hall. The police fired a shot. When everybody hit the ground, when everybody got up, he was at the table still face down. Come to find out, man got shot in the throat. Just proved his innocence and was on his way home. That affected me. The next one was, there was a dude finna go home. His family was in the parking lot waiting on him. He had stayed in the cell. You know, he had shit going on with his people. On his way out the cell, going home, his people caught him on the yard, went to, you know, give him the hug, and killed him.
Ooh, sent him home in a box instead of walking.
And it's like the prison system, they didn't even notify us. They just told him, man, it's been canceled. They didn't tell him right away that, man, your people just died on the yard, right? Those 3 incidents like really affected me. They like this is not what my life is supposed to be. You know, I didn't have dreams of being a multi-millionaire. I didn't have dreams of being a prisoner, you know. But when reality set in, it was like, man, look, just give me that chance. Give me one more chance. And then it's like prison tests you. Because I had doing all this quote unquote riding all these years, when I finally got to the point to settle down, I started getting tested more. Then right before I came home, this is a crazy thing. Because of my apparent influence and status on the yard, in the police eyes, my influence with my peers, they made me an ADA worker. I mean, I take care of all the people in wheelchairs, the elderly and all that. They assigned me specifically to take care of one of the world's worst serial killers. Samuel Little was a black man. He had, you know, over 95 confirmed kills of women. And it was like, we wanted to get rid of him. But as convicts, not inmates, there's a difference. We came together and we decided that since he's bringing families closure, he's letting these people find their loved ones, we wasn't gonna end him. We wasn't gonna treat him well, but we wasn't gonna end him. You know, so we had to find compassion, but that tested me. Like, I gotta make sure this dude gets pushed to the goon squad office to turn pictures in. I had to make sure he gets fed, make sure he takes a bath, you know. And it was like, why me? There was times I sat out on the patio and cried. Just because his energy was not cool. Like, it was draining, you know. I had to dip him out his wheelchair a couple times, but those are what shaped me and prepared me to come home.
Man, and so just going 5 years, then 10 years, then 15 years, and God is giving you a journey of just looking at yourself and putting you in certain predicaments of understanding how to treat people, and treating people, like you said, man, there's convicts and then there's what?
Inmates.
Inmates. And tell me the difference between that.
Inmates are dangerous. They're dangerous to the population. They're dangerous to yourself, to your mental and emotional well-being, because they have no structure. They have no discipline. You know, they're more, you know, they're gonna follow the police. They're gonna, you know, incorporate the police, but they're also wild cards. A convict is somebody that's disciplined, that's structured, you know, towards like, if you discipline yourself, you don't have to be disciplined. You know, and convicts know how to do time, not let time do them. You know, it's respect. Like coming home, that was something that I miss. I don't miss prison, but I miss out here in society now. There's a lack of respect amongst humans. But in there, it's just like, you got to become a convict or an inmate. It's like you went from being a wolf or being slaughtered, you know, to being a convict. You're going to do your time. You're going to learn something. Like, I was told, like, man, go ahead and get your shoe out the way. Because when you get to that shoe, you're going to learn yourself. Don't get your TV. Don't, you know, get these books. Work out mentally, physically, and emotionally. Learn who you are. Learn who you want to be. And sitting in the shoe, I had like a 3-year shoe. And during that 3 years, I was forced to come to grips with myself. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, and a lot of times we look in the mirror, we don't see our flaws. We just see the surface, you know. So I had to look in there. I had to see the shitty parts of me, you know, the good, the bad, the commendable, the disrespectful part. And I had to come to grips with it. I had to hug myself. First, I had to reprimand myself. I had to discipline myself. Then I had to hug myself, because I was in a world where the hugs, most people hugging you, they're not doing so out of love. They're trying to find a soft spot in your back to stab you. So I had to hug myself and allow myself to know that I wasn't trying to stab myself. I've wrecked myself plenty of times, but I wasn't trying to stab myself now. I was trying to hug me and love me. And that allowed me to come out and start viewing more people with compassion. Start viewing each convict, you know, with more respect. You know, I gained a deeper level of self-discipline, a deeper level of, you know, honor. And again, it helped me journey and transition to the point to where I can start seeing the writing on the walls so that I can come home. Because people come, you hear the stories all the time. People get granted parole, people get released, people get overturned. They come out here and they destroy themselves.
Yeah, and see, you said something that a lot of people don't understand, but I started to understand being around businessmen, and is this, you said the writing on the wall. Can you explain what the writing on the wall means to the youngsters out there? What the writing on the wall means?
Life starts giving you signs. It starts giving you direction. Like, if you pay attention, if you know yourself, then you know what you're seeing. And it tells you, like, you're so used to going left, go right. You know, once you go right, go straight, you know. And as you start to notice them signs, you know, you get deeper. There was a saying, an old dude taught it to me in prison, and I didn't understand it till I became wise. He said, you can go out here on this prison yard and on the streets and find people, they can quote Tupac and Biggie word for word. But ask them their baby's favorite color. Ask them what food their baby allergic to. Ask them what happened in their own trial. They can't tell you. You know, so when you start paying attention on the wall, I know what my value is. I know how to get into my own transcripts. I know how to go sit up in the law library, you know. I know how to recite my family, you know what I mean, instead of lyrics. You know, it became, the writing is hard. It's like calligraphy. It's like the old hieroglyphics, right? The normal person doesn't understand it until they educate themselves. It's the same for the writing on the wall. When you educate yourself, those hieroglyphics become simple English.
Yeah.
And it's gonna tell you, you know, man, you got two choices. Learn yourself or bury yourself.
Woo! Learn yourself or bury yourself. Speaking on learn yourself, you know, when we all young gang members in the streets, we don't know ourselves. So we tend to follow whoever and do whatever, you know. And then when we come of age, we tend to be in a situation of, man, my friend that I used to know when I was younger, I don't know him no more when I was older. How do you feel about, like, you had a vision? Did you ever have a vision of, you know, being with your young friends in an older age? Did you ever have a vision of seeing them, hey, man, I'm chilling with my older friends. I'm going to be chilling with them when we got gray hairs in our 40s and 50s, you know, chilling, drinking beers?
The reason I say no, because I accepted death at a young age. You know, when I was young and naive, my mindset can only tell me I was going to find honor in dying for the turf. That going out here doing all this is where my honor was going to be. So it's like, I won't see you when we 50, right? Because we ain't going to make it to 50, right? Either I'm going to be at your funeral or you're going to be at mine, you know? And we're going to love, we're going to talk, we're going to share. Then went to prison, as I went on and start seeing people fall off, you know, through death, through growth, because some people grew before me. And it's like, you can't socialize with everybody that you used to. You know, everybody is not for your growth. Everybody's energy is not compatible, no matter how long you knew each other. You know, so it's like, now that I'm almost 50 in a few months, I look, those that have grown with me or without me, but we've come back together, is for a reason. Those that haven't, you know, I love you, but we no longer socialize. You're not for me. I'm not for you. You know, I'm a better lover to myself than I am a friend to anybody.
And do you think that some people take that as, you know, he changed on us, cause he don't fuck with us no more, or fuck with certain homies no more? Cause it's, you know, it's a lot of situations. Like, I know you guarantee you came home and, you know, the hood was different. You know, yeah. Certain homies was in position, certain homies wasn't. Certain homies was like, fuck this nigga. Certain homies was fuck that dude. You know, how do you feel about all the emotional baggage that you walked into or heard of or, you know, just seen amongst friends while you was in jail or out jail now?
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But I also love it because it allows me to see that that's not a path I want to go down no more. Like, you know, if I spend 20 minutes with you and you spend 17 minutes of it talking about who you hate, right? I don't want to be part of that. You know, if you're going to tell me something negative before you say congratulations, welcome home, I don't want to be part of it. You know, but then I hate it because this is what I gave my life to. You know, for 26 years in prison, I did more time in prison than I was alive on the streets before I went to prison. So it's like, to know that this is what I gave my life to and this is how it's going now, it's just a strong reminder that, okay, y'all can have it. Man. You know, those that are good, I'm gonna continue, I'm gonna speak to, I'm gonna socialize. Those that aren't, hey, deuces.
How can you, and what can you tell the young, you know, the young generation of gang members, you know, that's saying right now, where are the big homies at?
Well, you know, first of all, first thing I want to say is I wish y'all never would have came off the porch. Because the gangster life is a cold lie. You know, it's not what it's cracked up to be. But now that you're off the porch, there are big homies around, but you have to know what you're seeking, right? Like they say, if you open a book, you'll find whatever you want. So it's like, what do you want? Do you want real guidance or you want the stupidity? Because anybody can say, here, take this, do it, and go do that. Or do you want somebody to give it raw to you, raw and uncut? That's going to sit you, because I can't change. Once you decide, this is what you decided, only you can decide when you're done or which path you want to take. All I can do, all the real big homies can do is give you proper guidance, give you the real, and let you decide.
Can't hold your hand. Can't. It ain't no more nowadays riding in the Cadillac and a big homie passing you the 40 ounce and the 40 Glock. It's a different time right now. I say, you know, it's some real homies out there, G homies out there that's still doing what it do. And I wish all the power to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, God be with you and I hope nothing happens. But, you know, we all know the consequences of repercussions of this lifestyle, the street lifestyle. And what else can you say to, you know, to the people out there, right? Like, you know, to just think that the street lifestyle is the most beautiful lifestyle. They feel good about the situation of throwing gang signs up. They feel good about drill rapping. They just feel good about it. I mean, did you ever feel good about gang banging when you was young?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was the best thing going. Like, you know, anybody that didn't gang bang was squares and busters to me, right? Like, this is fun. Like, but that's the mentality. We were warped. Like, you know, getting shot at, you know, going to get back. All that shit was fun. You know, motherfuckers used to laugh about it. And it's going to come a point to where you have to feel that immediate loss. You have to feel that immediate fear for you to wake up. So it's like, now when I'm pressing, I've been telling them, I want to do all positive shit. I want get-togethers to be positive. One, so the youngsters can see there's more to it than just standing on the corner and quote-unquote gangbanging, you know. Because there's going to be times, if this is the life you chose, where you got to do what you got to do. Hands down. You know, that's the name of the game, that's survival. But there's more to it. There's other things you can do besides putting yourself in that position, because then it's about memories and bonds. See, when I came up, it was like, if a homie couldn't go home, we all was out there. You know, fuck it, we out here. We gonna pull a 24. We just slept in bandos, we just slept in, you know, in smokers' houses, cars, everything else. And it's those memories and bonds that brought us together. Because the truth is, in this lifestyle, some of us gonna die, some of us going to jail. What we do in between that dictates on how everything is accepted, how our life turns out. There's no gray area. It's black and it's white, you know, simple as that.
And so, speaking on black and white, man, and them court systems, when you in them court systems, man, can you tell the youngsters now, right now, all that talking on the internet, posting on the internet, when you do something wrong to somebody and you posting on the internet, that's what they're gonna bring into court against your ass. So can you tell us some of the just some of the cases that you done saw people been sitting in trial for, and they like just evidence wise where people said, I wish I would have never had done that because that's what sealed my faith in trial.
It's the prison is full of them. The prison is full of them. The internet is the biggest eyewitness now. You know, it's like it's making the police job so easy. The people are making the police job so easy because you're going to post something live. There's IP addresses, there's sensors, there's markers, there's towers, you know, so you're giving them the evidence against you. There is no more going to fight the case. Now it's about, man, you know, let me find a deal. You know, let me find a deal because I'm dead bang. It's like you can't even go say, okay, I'm gonna have the homie go get rid of a witness, go deal with a witness. The witness is your phone. You're your own witness. You recorded it. You talked about it. You know, I give you a prime example. I won't mention their name, but I had a cellie in the hole before I came home. Yes, I was in the hole for some more dumb shit. But I had a cellie from Compton. And he was mad because one of his partners had just got killed by the police. So he jumped on Instagram and he posted something very pointed towards his homies, like, you niggas out here taking these pictures, showing these guns and all that. You know, want to go get the ops. Police just killed the homie. Why y'all ain't going to get cracking? Do you know they came to my door, like, probably, they came to his door 3 days later. They brought him to the hole, put him in the cell with me. 3 days after that, they came to my door. The LA Sheriff's Department and the detectives came, pulled him out the cell. And they told him, man, because of this post, we can charge you with terrorist threats. With conspiring to kill an officer. And they told him, man, we're going to investigate it. If anything happens to any officer from Compton throughout LA County, we coming to get you. And he was like, man, how can I beat it? You can't. That's your IG page. They found your phone. So it's like, stop everything ain't meant to be posted. The things that you do should be between you, God, and the person you did it to.
Mm-hmm. And I think one thing is why people be posting so much is because they bored. They don't know themselves. They haven't found themselves, so they get so bored because they need some drama attention. Some people are so built off of drama that, you know, they can't go to sleep without hearing some drama or doing some drama. And so, man, what can you tell them people out there like this, man? The ones that start the drama, man, and all the chaos, it's a consequence and a repercussion. What can you say to them people that think that by them proving that they hard will end up being their downfall? What can you tell the youngsters?
Stop. Something my grandfather and my mother told me. If you have to prove to somebody else that you're hard, means you're really trying to prove it to yourself because you don't believe it. If you don't look in the mirror and see that person, then it ain't you. You know, take the mask off. It doesn't fit you well. You know, be who you are. You know, you don't have to seek drama. In time, the bullshit gonna find you. You know,
knock on your door. It always knock on your door.
It's gonna find you.
You know,
if that's what you want, if that's what you beg for, it's gonna find you. You don't have to post it. You don't have to talk about it. Just be ready for it. Mm-hmm. And if you spend more time talking about it and posting it, means you're not preparing for it.
Ooh.
So when it hits you, you don't know how to respond.
Man, hey, look, check this out, man. As you see, people, man, No Brains out after 26 years, man, spitting the most knowledgeable game to you. Man, if you can't take this as a person that been in the hole, a person that didn't seen people die before they went home, you know what I'm saying, after they got exonerated, and you don't get the message, you don't get the message that he probably trying to send you, then you the fool. Because it's like I say, after 26 years, after being sentenced to 105 years,
155 years to double life originally.
Man, to doing 26 years, man. Congratulations on coming home once again. Thank you for coming home and letting him come home, God. But to all the youngsters, man, look, all the youngsters, tell them what age you went to jail.
21, 20, just turned 20, right at my 22nd birthday.
And so, just imagine, you know, just the relationships that he could have built and the relationships that he lost. You know what I'm saying? So if you 21, 22 years old, and you know you out there doing what it do, man, look, No Brains been in your shoes. And he telling you, man, hey, you better think before you do anything stupid. Think, use your mind, you know what I'm saying? And before we go, man, anything else you want to tell the people out there in OG Cafe podcast land, man, to the street soldiers, to the street gangs, the money making mindset, you know, any person out there in that life, man, anything you need to tell them and you want to tell them that's on your heart, man.
Man, look, man, I love your life. Start to love your own life, though. Because my love can't save you. It can only help you.
Hey, OG Cafe, Mr. Understand Me, man. No Brains. Deuces.